Hello everyone, this is Suzanne at the Gospel Truth. Welcome back. We're going to continue in our story, The Master Potter. And when we left off yesterday, Beloved was struggling whether to follow the star she was told to follow, or is she going to follow the tall, dark, handsome stranger? She's in a very dangerous place right now. There are many things that will try to draw us away from our Christian faith. We must put on the whole armor of God to protect ourselves. And we must be in constant prayer against these spiritual attacks. All right, we're going to get right to it. Tall, dark, and handsome. The stranger draws near, and Beloved is increasingly impressed by his charm. Let me introduce myself. I'm Enchanter. My father is Pastor Beguiler, head of the religious community you see below. I know Master Potter, and I'm sure it's his divine providence that we got word you were lost and in need of help. That's an out-and-out lie right there. Amazing Grace's gentle urges intensifies. It's a trap. My star will lead you back to the Potter's house. Beloved, you must follow me. Beloved struggles. Should she follow the prompting of Amazing Grace, or should she go with this obviously wealthy, olive-skinned, handsome stranger to a place of warmth and comfort from the harsh wilderness? He says he knows Master Potter. This must be a divine appointment. I can't stay out here forever. Looking at the inviting community below and back to the mountainous trail, she thinks, I'm so dried out, I just need a day or two, and then I can get back on the path. Oh, she is treading in dangerous water right now. I just need a day or two, and then I'll get back on your path. How many people have done that, and they ended up not coming back to the Lord? They have strayed away. As each day goes by, it gets easier and easier and easier to get used to the comforts of this world. And before you know it, you're back where you started from in that awful sinful state. Finally, she turns to Enchanter, lifts her face up to his, and smiling sweetly, looks deep into his green eyes and says, My name is Beloved. He slips out of his majestic purple robe and places it around her shoulders. Beloved, what a beautiful name. Why, you're shivering, you poor thing. Let me take care of you. Beloved can now see the outline of his lean, muscular frame, cinched at the waist with a scarlet belt. Flattered and enjoying the attention, Beloved smiles and warmly tells him, Oh, thank you. How nice of you to notice. I'm actually freezing out here. Of course you're freezing. That light dress is hardly practical for cold desert nights. You'll be warm in just a minute. The warmth of the cloak feels so good compared to the harsh desert night. Beloved snuggles into it, wrapping it tightly around herself. At the same time, a cold, demonic haze subtly settles over her mind, clouding her spiritual perception. Deep inside her lonely soul, she justifies her choices. I'm entitled to be warm and have new friends. After all, I've been abandoned out here, and no one else but Enchanter seems generally interested in my welfare. Oh, she's forgetting about Amazing Grace. She's forgetting about the warnings. She's forgetting how she was with the Master and everything that he told her. Enchanter reaches out to take her hand. Hesitating for just seconds, she finally places her hand in his, and they walk down the path toward the camp together by the light of the lantern. He jokes, tells stories, laughs, and succeeds in drawing Beloved's attention away from everything else but him. She finds herself becoming increasingly comfortable with him. Her initial hesitation long gone, Beloved is swept up into his physical attractiveness, charismatic personality, obvious wealth, and good breeding. She begins to secretly wonder, is Enchanter destined to be my husband? Master Potter knows my desire for a godly man, and he did seem to rescue me. Oh, he is far from a godly man. Right now, she's getting caught up in his good looks, his healthy body, his comforting her, feeding her everything she needs to draw her away from the Lord. An oasis. By the time they arrive at the oasis, Beloved feels Enchanter is her friend. She hangs intently on his every word. He explains that he is a member of a committed and devout religious commune named Deeper Life. Arriving at the campsite, she's relieved to see friendly people standing around campfires, cooking and warming themselves in the chilly night air. What a wonderful sight after her lonely pilgrimage in the mountains. Here are people, potential friends, talking and smiling, welcoming her into the group with genuine warmth and excitement. A darling little boy runs up to them and pulls them over to his family's campfire. They're greeted warmly and invited to the evening meal. It's obvious the family is thrilled to have Enchanter dine with them. They fawn and fall all over him, trying to anticipate his every whim. He must really be important, she thinks. Seated cross-legged next to Enchanter around a big bowl of rice and lamb, she can't wait to begin. It's been so long since I've had a hot meal. Since she is unfamiliar with these customs, she carefully watches Enchanter's every move. Following his lead, she scoops up bites of the food on pieces of flatbread and savors each bite as the spices saturate her mouth. Feeling happier than she's been in a long time, she rambles on and on to Enchanter and his friends about how he rescued her on the trail. Now for dessert, he announces, picking up a plate of dates. These grew in my family's date grove. We own the only grove here, and we have a reputation for growing the finest dates. The merchants come through with the caravans buy all the excess that the community can't use. He slowly picks up a date and, looking deeply into her eyes, holds it to her mouth. He slowly picks up a date and, looking deeply in her eyes, holds it to her mouth. Putting her hand on his, she bites into the date, savoring its sweetness and the sexual tension between them. Deep feelings which had been dormant stir in Beloved. He's seducing her. He's going to do everything he can to make her comfortable, well-fed, seduced. He puts his arm around her as they watch the young boy dance for them while the father plays a mandolin. Enchanter makes arrangements for her to spend the night with his family and welcomes her again to Deeper Life Commune before retiring for the evening. I'll be back for you first thing in the morning. Isn't he wonderful? She asked her new friends. She snuggles deeply into the cloak he placed over her shoulders and drifts off to sleep in the family's tent. Off in the distance, overlooking the commune, the shrouded figure of amazing grace confers with Valiant as he shakes his head sadly, longing for Beloved's return. You know, the angels rejoice over one sinner that repents. I can't imagine the tears that fall from one sinner that returns to his sin, that stops listening, that stops trusting, that stops having faith. And she's putting her faith in a person, a very seductive person. Deeper Life. The morning sun is just cresting the mountains. Beloved awakens from what has been her first good night's sleep in months. She feels refreshed, although the rest allowed her to realize how many aches and pains were screaming at her. Grabbing her bruised, swollen feet, she massages them gently. As she snuggles down again, comfortable under Enchanter's robe, she listens to the sound of noises outside in the distance. People, animals, music. What's going on out there, she wonders. Beloved, are you awake? Enchanter's soothing voice coos from outside the tent. Just a minute, she responds as she does her best to fix her hair and dress. She gasps as she steps outside into an opulent desert oasis. Lush ferns and colorful desert flowers grow around ornately decorated tents. Golden tassels, silver bells, and balls decorate their impressive, huge exteriors. It's immediately apparent that this is no ordinary campsite. Prosperity excludes from the surroundings of this obviously wealthy section of the commune. Huge sand dunes surround them, giving a limited visit of the desert beyond and a false sense of security. Her attention is drawn to a group of distinguished men entering a large multicolored pavilion. A cluster of majestic palm trees shade the tent from the burning sun. Over the entryway to the tent is a large golden banner with the name Deeper Life Community Church boldly emblazoned in beautiful script. Turning her around to face him, Enchanter says, I would love to show you Deeper Life, but why don't I take you to my mother's first? Freshen up a little bit, and then I'll give you the grand tour. The gentle yet firm pressure of his arms excites her. Gazing into his deep green eyes, she suddenly wonders what she must look like. Beloved quickly drops her head in embarrassment. Meeting his mother. All right, we're going to stop here because time is a little bit short for me today. I have to go out and get some new keys made, and I have to go to the grocery store. My grandson's going to be over here after he gets off work to help carry them in and bring me my water and yada, yada, yada. So tomorrow when we come back, we're going to talk about meeting his mother, a bath at last. Oh my. She is being drawn away. She's getting in deep now. They are throwing everything at her that comfort can afford. She's in the richest place, being coddled, being told she's the next best thing to chocolate cake. She's absorbing it all in, and she don't see that this is a false representation. And I'm afraid as we go on, she's going to come to realize that and change her ways back to realizing the father of lies, realizing she's been lied to, she's been coerced, she's been given this pretty present all wrapped up. But if you open that present, there's bile, there's deceit, there's discomfort, there's demons, and it's not a pretty gift at all. All right, I hope this has excited you today. I think sometimes we can relate to Beloved in this story. And, yeah. You know, there are a lot of women and men out there that are seducers. And they will come at you with ulterior motives. They will make you feel that you're a princess or that you're a king. And then when you really start realizing who they really are and what they've done to you, it's a wide awakening for sure. All right, everyone, you have a blessed day in the Lord. One more thing I wanted to mention. I found this book, Seasons of the Heart. They're a year of devotions from one generation of women to another. We're going to start also from time to time. I'll be coming on and reading a devotional out of these. They're very, very good and thought-provoking devotionals. So, all right, everyone, take care. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.